We live. We about to find out. What's up, y'all? Join through the event you share. Okay, we are live. Okay. What's up, y'all? It's your girl D Footwork. Today we're gonna talk about stock numbers for undefeated. Mainly sneakers stock. Sneaker stock numbers. Cause somebody lied. Somebody definitely lied. And I already knew. What's up, Ransby? Somebody, huh? Looking real low. So you seen the little big bold letter post talking about it was 220,000. It's gonna be 100,000 on sneakers. I'm just like, but they had everybody running with it though. They had everybody running with it. It was what? It was Leo, and I knew because he had already gave us some bad information this year. It was. Hold up, because I'm quoting this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it on the screen on my YouTube too. Cause boy, the lie was loud. It was loud. Boy, was it loud. It's something by Drops by Leo. That's his name. Drops by Leo made this big bold letter post. I knew when it was in bold letters it was a lie. Them big bold letters are gonna get you every time. And I'm gonna go pull up his stuff too. I want to see it. He said it was 220,000. Yeah, he said it was 220,000 stock. He said it was 110 for undefeated that they released, and he said that it was 100,000 that was gonna release on sneakers app. And I'm just like, big cap, big cap. And if they ever capping about this stock being high, it's usually low. Did you talk about the cough drops already? No. Nah, we just got on here. I haven't talked about the cough drops. Did y'all see the sneaker room drop of the cough drops? Them phone posits? Oh, man. Okay. Hey, D. Who said that? It was drops by Leo, y'all. It was drops by Leo. That's who it was. Matter of fact, I'm finna hold up. I'm finna pull it up. Because he had the whole. Yes, because y'all believe anything that's in bold letters. They stuck for dropping the phones and the 12s back to back. They sick for dropping the phones and the 12s back to back. When are the cop drop phones supposed to be dropping? Because I know TBG sent out a text, but they said that they getting late shipment on those phones. Tomorrow. Them things not coming out tomorrow. I'm gonna tell you right now. Are they dropping on sneakers app tomorrow at least? Me either. Drops by Leo. Uh-oh. Y'all know she gonna always come with the exclusive. I don't think them came out since I was in middle school. Buddy ain't made a post on Twitter. Oh gosh. You know, I really want some more metallics. I really need to get my metallics. I need to get some more metallics back. Now, I that's just me being greedy because I really already had my fun with metallics. But I feel like if I get metallics in a size 7, I'd keep them. Like if I was to get them now, I definitely keep them. I'm finna put this on my YouTube screen because I need y'all to see this in 4K. The cap. was loud. And then the people who said that it wasn't gonna be it, that it wasn't, well, the people who said that the stock was whatever the stock is, they're a little way more credible than this person. I can't remember what else Drops by Leo told us, but he is just really good for making very lovely graphics that I guess really just convince people of whatever he want them to believe. Because the way they ate this up, yeah, let me go ahead and put this on the screen. Let's go ahead and add this window capture. Boom. Yeah. On my YouTube screen now. I'm also live on YouTube, y'all. So you can see me on YouTube, and I can show more on YouTube. I can actually show screenshots and stuff. So what I'm talking about, you actually see visuals on. But still haven't worn my metallics. Hey, is it big drops for September? I'm slacking. We gonna talk about September because y'all been asking about September, even though we can't make it through. We can't make it through August. We gonna talk about September drops. Can you get the lows coming out? The low coming out? I don't know what you mean, Mr. Wrong. Can you get them? Can we talk about them? We're going to talk about them. But the first thing I wanted to talk about is stock on the undefeateds, because that's mainly what my YouTube video is going to be about. Stock on these undefeateds was rumored, quote unquote. Drops by Leo released this big bold letter post and said that there was 220,000 pairs of these. And in the comments or in the caption, he said the Jordan 4 undefeated is expected to release with over 220,000 pairs in stock, 110 on undefeated site, and 112 on sneakers on August the 28th. That is the info that he gave us. And people was running with it. They was like, okay, I'm going to wait for the sneakers drop. Before I buy anything. I'm going to wait for the sneakers drop. And I know a lot of people are wondering when they should start buying the undefeateds. I would buy them now. I would buy them right now. When everybody's getting in their pairs from undefeated and it's still kind of shaky, people don't know what stock is going to be like on the sneakers app, and people are kind of running with the fact that they think that stock is going to be 110,000. Appreciate you, David. You came from TikTok and subscribe. Yes, subscribe to that YouTube channel, baby, because TikTok playing around. They trying to change stuff. I don't know how long we going to be here. All right. So I got the YouTube. I got the Instagram, the Twitter, all of that. If TikTok disappear one day, y'all know where to find me. But yeah, he said all of this, and I really feel like people started running with it. And y'all can see what resale prices is for undefeateds right now. Like, we're gonna pull up resale price on undefeated so we can get a good little view. But it definitely went down. But I honestly feel like after the sneakers drop, it's gonna go up. Everybody feels like after the sneakers drop, it's gonna go down. I don't think so. I'm gonna show you. We're gonna talk about resale right now, and then we're gonna talk about what the stock is actually, what they're saying the stock actually is going to be. Which I don't really like the way they gave us the information on the stock either. All right, boom. This, and let me zoom in. This is the value right now. And then, honestly, big sizes went to 300. A lot of people said big sizes wasn't going to touch 300. But right now, we got big sizes, 11.5, 12, 12.5, 13. All are sitting at 3-something. High threes. Granted, like, you're still going to end up paying probably 500 on StockX to get this pair. Because if StockX bare price is close to 400, you're going to probably pay 100 more in fees. So don't just look at that green price and swear that that's what the price is. So you got the size 11.5 to size 13. That's in the threes. You got size 9.5 to 11 standing strong. Size 7 is at 387. Size 7.5 is at 426. Size 8 is at 390. Size 8.5 is at 373. Size 9 is at 385. Size 9.5 is at that 408. So we're looking at the real high 300s right now, but that's just green button. If we go look at gold, which is where you would actually want to get your pairs from, not StockX, different story. Completely different story. And that's because as soon as you click the button on StockX, like, look, I press buy now. And when I go down, my subtotal is already 409. All of a sudden, my subtotal is 409. We went from 3 something to 409. And if I keep going, that's just the processing fee and the shipping fee. We still have a buyer's fee and a processing fee and all of StockX made up fees. Don't shade on my StockX. Like, hey. If you still using StockX, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you if you're still using StockX. Would you buy on StockX or GOAT, or is there another website to cop? I will buy on GOAT, but the main place, if I needed some shoes, I would go get them off of eBay. Honestly. eBay, authenticity guaranteed. That's where I would get them from. Some people use Flight Club, but Flight Club be taxing. But I say it really depends on the shoe and what size. There's like apps on Discord to where you can find the smallest price. I think there's really like an app where you can just type in a shoe and they will literally like do all the work for you and find out who has the cheapest price, because it'll be different for a different shoe or a different size. So yeah, right now, Undefeateds are, and if I click next, then let me go to checkout. Dang, they're not gonna let me check out because I'm not signing in. I'm not signing in. But if I go to GOAT and we looking at the prices on GOAT, price is about the same. We in the 400s on all sizes on GOAT at the very least. We in the 400s. You're probably gonna pay $500 right now. If you want the Undefeateds right now, if you wanted to go on any site, you would pay $500 something. So when that reseller tell you to pay $500, don't be looking crazy, because that's the same thing that you're gonna pay on the apps. But honestly, I will buy now. Bet, thank you. I don't know eBay authenticated shoes. I just been getting into the shoe game. Yes, eBay authenticate shoes. David, eBay authenticate shoes. Pretty good. I don't know if you ever seen that little TikTok or some videos of the girl that they was making fun of at first for authenticating shoes. They was talking about her like, oh, she don't know what she doing, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, now she gets paid to go to every SneakerCon event. Because honestly, eBay has one of the most credible authentication processes. Even GOAT has got caught up. But see, GOAT, I feel like the reason people will buy from GOAT, and the reason that you know that GOAT is really with the pairs, is because GOAT is getting their pairs from the retailers. How do you think that GOAT has all these shoes every time it's time for Black Friday? They got every Travis Scott that there is known to man every Black Friday. Full size runs. They get in there straight from the, y'all reselling those ones. They get in there straight from the retailers. So yeah. Oh Lord, September. I think those in hand. Yeah. Because I be forgetting that that's fragments too. It's not just a Travis. It's a fragment. Yeah. That's going to be an interesting one. I really wish Houston wouldn't have blew up our Louisiana spot, because I'd be on the road. This is what happens when the wrong people get the wrong information. Huh? 40. Because I'm in the middle of a YouTube 40. You can be showing 1,500 shoes. Okay, so Undefeateds. Let's get to the actual stock, because I know I literally never answered the question. So, over under on Twitter, he posted that he was hearing stock was 9K to 16K. If I'm not, no, 8K to 16K. Over under. Let me go ahead and pull it up. Here we go. So he made a tweet randomly. I just be following all type of people on Twitter. And eventually, after a lot of news and after a lot of other things comes out, you start to realize who actually was right and who was actually wrong about shoes. And you just kind of mentally create a track record for people that actually put out the right information versus the wrong information. He made a tweet. He said, undefeated Nike Air Jordan 4. Price is $230 USD. August the 28th will be the sneakers drop, and sneaker stock is between 8,000 and 16,000 pairs. Now, one thing I don't like about this, why are we getting a range? What do they mean, a range? What? We ain't never got no range for no stock numbers. So I'm just like, okay, funny. And he said, we made an error previously reported in the sneaker stock. It will be between 8,000 and 16,000 pairs. Credit is to Live Monger. So let's go to Live Monger's Twitter and see what he's been saying. Baby, he ain't said nothing since like August the 13th. So I don't know what you heard from him. But another person that made me feel like these numbers were actually legit was LA 3 Life on Twitter. He quoted that tweet and he kind of co-signed it. Let me find where he quoted it. We got to talk about them Pharrells because I think all the winners went out. Them Pharrells was limited, and that's honestly the only way that they was going to customer discount. How this man get the pair for $0? We're going to talk about that. They tripping. Chop, 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 chop. I'm gonna have to go to his quoted tweets because I can't even find a tweet that he left. He been so tuned in on these jellyfish. He been actually tweeting. This person is actually active, I guess. But he quoted the tweet and he was just like, yes, those are the numbers that I've heard as well. Like, I'm confirmed. LA3 Life, he don't just get on Twitter just to cap. Like, if he's on Twitter, he's saying it for a reason. So stock on Undefeated is looking like 8K to 16K. And I'm honestly thinking it's probably going to be closer to that 16K. If I'm being for real. Now, that still does not answer the question of how they're going to drop. With this 16K, are they going to do us a draw? Are we going to get a sneaker stash? A sneakers pass? We better not get no sneakers pass. I don't think it's going to be no sneakers pass now. That's just too bad. Are we going to get a scratch? A little scratch linker type of drop. Who knows? I do know when. When Glee, it's going to be on August the 28th on sneakers. We do know the date. We just don't know the method of drop. We barely know stock because they gave us a range of 8K to 16K. Now, what I can tell you is 8K to 16K sounds totally different than 110K or 112K like what Drops by Leo told us. I never believed it. I never believed the 112,000. They had already released too much undefeated pairs. I didn't believe that they was going to give us 100K more of that shoe. People are already mad that they gave us as many as they gave us on the regular drop. And y'all, I want to talk about this. Bro, every time I make a video, even on my YouTube too, because my YouTube people, baby, they get mad. Anytime I make a video regarding the bricks and the undefeateds, y'all get in y'all feelings. Every time. Y'all be moving that goalpost too. I'm going to tell you right now, I've always thought that the brick by bricks were better than the undefeateds. I didn't start the comparison. Somebody else started that comparison. I put my little 2 cents in. But starting a comparison to even start with was pretty bold. I understand what people mean about the fact that the undefeateds are easier to wear. Great. Clap, clap. That does not make them the better shoe. I asked which shoe looked better, not which shoe was easier to wear. If that's the case, then all white Forces are the best shoe, right? Because they're the easiest thing to wear and they look real good. Whatever's the easiest to wear. And see, I don't deny that. I would take that as a reason. I take that over this history and all this extra stuff that they trying to add to it. If we just talking about bare looks, I'll take, hey, it's easier for me to rock the undefeateds than it is for me to rock the brick by bricks. Because that is true. Yes. That's very much so true. Mm-hmm. It's orange and red. Pick your color. I done already seen them on feet on some people it don't look right on. And then one thing about it, I never said that the undefeateds was an ugly shoe. Because the undefeateds, they too basic to be ugly. Honestly, it's not an ugly shoe. And it's a Jordan 4. It's very hard for me to call a Jordan 4 ugly. Extremely hard for me to call a Jordan 4 ugly. Never said it was a ugly shoe. It's just like when you sit it next to the brick by bricks. Yeah. No. The fact that someone started that comparison is absolutely insane. And like now people are saying, well, the only reason people want to trade their brick by bricks, want to trade their undefeateds for brick by bricks is because they're worth more. No, that was not always the case. The undefeateds, even when they had first got announced and when the raffles had just went out, the undefeateds they cost more than the brick by bricks. There was a good chunk of time where the undefeateds were costing more than the brick by bricks, but people still wasn't trying to trade the brick by bricks for the undefeateds. I don't think that if the undefeateds right now was worth $600, $700, people would want to trade. People just want bricks because I really feel like people know bricks is gonna be shoe of the year at the end of the year, and they want to have the sneaker of the year. People desperately want bricks. People desperately want metallic fives. People desperately want them Yachty forces. All three of them are gonna have to be in the conversation for sneaker of the year. Because people want them bad. Like, people want them bad. And that's another thing. Like, brick by bricks price went down. If you go back and look at my, not now, but when it dropped, like it was the same thing that it was now. When people started getting pairs in hand that we was all at TPG, that price was the lowest that price had ever been. After sneakers had dropped, after everything, and it was just all said and done, that price was really the lowest that it had been. It was in like it was high threes. It was really high threes, and that was the day to really buy because I already knew it was going up after. It was just too many pairs that was in circulation. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because you just already know the value of that shoe. Down? You think they're going to go down? I think they're going to go up. I think they're going to go up. Like, they're crashing right now. I'll tell you that. They're crashing right now. But I think after the sneakers drop, the price is definitely going to go up. Like, by Christmas, it's going to be a 500 plus shoe. And you know I ain't got no dog in the fight because I don't think the shoe is worth much at all. Yeah, like mine, neither of mine have shipped. I got a buyer that's waiting on a 9.5, and it hasn't even shipped. And then I got my personal size 7 that hasn't shipped either. If the price is already in the threes, and half of the people ain't even got their pairs yet, I definitely feel like it has more room to go down. But I think that after the sneakers drop, it's going to go up. Because people think that there's more stock on sneakers than there is. And people are also not considering the fact that sneakers might literally give us exclusive access. And that's going to ruin everybody day. I feel like there are some people that's really holding out and not buying the Undefeateds right now because they think that the price is going to go lower. So they're not buying. And that's why the price is crashing. They're not buying. But once it's all said and done and it's over and sneakers has their drop and they didn't hit, now, if sneaker stock is high, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Somebody say a prayer for him. Like, please. That shoe could go to the ground. But I also just feel like people's hands are getting exposed a lot this year. Because the only shoe that I can see that survived this stock myth was metallics. You can't say that there was no stock of the metallics, and the metallics was so limited. That's why nobody could get them. It was so limited. They didn't restock or anything. The metallics was so limited. No, they wasn't. It was so many metallics. It was so much stock. And I feel like that's the only shoe that has really survived the stock. That's the only shoe. If you didn't get that shoe, it's because you was playing. But like, it was too easy. What's the stock on the French Blue 12s? Are they coming out on Saturday? Then I should be able to see stock for them. I'm trying to see what actual Nike stock was. Exactly. Like, this is a bad week. Also, Nigel stock, it say 25K. 25,577 pairs on sneakers. The size with the biggest stock that I see appears to be the 11. A size 11 has 2,789 pairs. That's the size that had the biggest stock, and that ain't big stock. They gonna want something this weekend, especially since school back in too, and they gonna want to go back on Monday with some shoes. Yeah, I've had a bunch of people hitting me up talking about, you my only hope to get Nigel's. I'm just like, I'm your only hope, baby. You better enter them raffles. Like, why am I your only hope? That's not good, baby. Hold up, I do have French Blue stock. Ain't no way. Okay, no, that's grade school. I was gonna say something ain't right. I seen 5,000 pair. I was like, dang, it's only 5,389 grade school pair. I can tell you that on sneakers. Exactly. Men's stock is decent. Men's stock is almost 100K, 83,113. I heard 90K for the 12s. Yep. pretty much. We at 83,000. What the size 10 looking like on the nodules? It's decent. 2,789. Which I say is decent because, relatively speaking, 2,000 is one of the highest numbers that they have for the shoes, but 2,000 is not good at all. You don't want to be at 2 digits if you're trying to get a shoe. And shoes size 7s. Yeah, we're in the 3 digits. 7 is 573 and 7.5 is 709. But we're used to that. The size that y'all swear is so easy to get. I'm ready for these fire reds. I am ready for them fire reds. We got to talk about September drops. I'm going to pull up the September calendar because y'all been asking about September, even though we ain't even through August yet. Did you hear about that pop-up in New York for the Awake 5s? I just feel like people going out there for the pop-up, but they ain't say nothing about getting no shoes. They made very clear that they are doing an EQL raffle and you can pick up later the day after. So I don't know why people is going to this pop-up like they finna get some shoes. They finna pay. They finna get taxed. And they are like, people is booking flights, and I'm just like, all right, who am I? Who am I to tell you not to book the flight, babes? Go ahead. Come back looking crazy, or come back when they could have paid GOAT for the same thing. Y'all gotta tell me where the Travis is dropping. That was coffee. Seen the merch for the Awakes. I haven't seen no merch for the Awakes. Hold up. Let's see. Jordan 5. I have not seen the merch. Wash denim. Okay, no, that ain't it. That ain't what the merch is. Is it on their Instagram page? I'm looking at, he said, have I seen the merch for the Awake New York's? Awake New York clothing. Oh, okay. I see some of it. I'm not impressed. Oh, I did see that little rib jacket. I like the little motorcycle jacket, I guess. I just know it's gonna cost an arm and a leg. Okay, jacket's cool. And then they got some jeans to go with it too. An arm and a leg. Okay, they got a little zip-up jacket. I do like the pink zip-up jacket. Again, if y'all can't see it and y'all really want to see, perfect time for you to go subscribe to my YouTube. We looking at videos in the YouTube. What up, gang? Where can I get the black Nocta glides? Oh, baby, I don't even know what that is. We gonna get into that. The varsity jacket is tough. It is pretty good. Let's talk about Tokyo Files. Oh my gosh, when is Tokyo Files coming out? September? Yeah, I'm hearing that it's a Japan exclusive. Mm-hmm. That's what I heard. But they act like that we was getting them in September, so the ghetto. Ooh, you know what? You know what I should have did, and it kind of slipped my mind. This Skate Love. Hey! Y'all, I be roller skating in my free time. You know what I should have did? Premium Goods did a sale for tax-free weekend, and like everything is like 40% off. I should have got that jumpsuit. I should have got that jumpsuit because it would only been like $91 together. When in total it's like $270 something. Just follow. I'm gonna subscribe to your YouTube later. Let me see what you talking about, Skay Love. Where can I get black Nocta glides? Nocta is in Drake shoe? Oh, baby. Nocta glides shopping. One block down. Look like you might have them. What size are you? See, we can't do one block down because, baby, these tariffs be eating us up. You be paid $160 for the shoe, and then they tell you it's $100 for tariffs for the import fee. You a size 13, sir. I know it was hard to find you some skates. Matter of fact, I should have remembered that you was a size 13. I think you told me that before. Yeah, Buki, you might as well just go ahead and slide to Flight Club. You can really get them off of StockX. I promise you they're not going to be fake. Like, they're not going to be fake. Or you can go to GOAT. eBay will probably be your best bet, though. Tokyo 5 still dated for September the 27th. Yeah, in people's Instagram calendars, but not nowhere official. How you feel about the Wolf Grade 5s? Y'all know I have PTSD from the Wolf Grade 5s. If you did not know, let me tell you a little story about the Wolf Grade 5s. When I was younger, I was like this height when I was in middle school. I've been this height for a good amount of time, and I played basketball. You could not tell nobody that I was not going to the WNBA because I was going to be super tall, even though I was already taller than my daddy and my mama. So I don't know where I thought the rest of the height was coming from, but you could not tell me because I was this height in middle school that I wasn't going to get even more taller. Like, I was waiting on my growth spurt to hit like the boys' growth spurt had hit in the summers, right? So I kept growing, and I kept getting bigger and bigger out of my shoes. And at this time, I was at a size 7Y. And my daddy just was like, he was tired of buying shoes, and he was tired of my size changing. So he kept buying me shoes that were bigger than what I needed them. So when he got me the Wolf Grade 5s, which I did like, he got me the Wolf Grade 5s when I was in middle school. He got them bad boys at a size 8, y'all. That man came back home with a size 8. Talking about, oh, let me see where your toe is. Needless to say, I hate the Wolf Grade 5s now because it just reminds me of the fact that them shoes was flopping off of my feet the entire time. Needless to say, I never got taller or bigger than what I was, and I still to this day am a size 7. I stayed that same height and that same size and that same shoe size, and I just had big old Wolf Grade 5s that was flip-flops. So that's how I feel about the Wolf Grade 5s. But in general, I think they'll do well. What's stock on sneakers? Why should we buy now? Oh, D got juice. You just got in my YouTube. What's up with the undefeated stock? My bad. Y'all just slid in. Basically, they told us that it was gonna be 220,000. Somebody made a big letter post on Instagram that it was going to be 220,000 and that it was going to be 112K on sneakers, and people kind of ran with it. But what we're hearing now is that stock is looking a little bit more between 8,000 and 16,000. My bet, I bet it's going to be probably about 16,000, but we still don't know the method that they're going to drop. So we at about a 90,000 difference. And if you go back in my video, just rewind in my video, I'll show you like who said what, why I think that this is actually legit. But if we're being honest, we still don't have confirmed stock. But I know it ain't 112,000. Okay, I can tell you that. I'm telling you, I will buy now between this week and next week, because that's when most people are going to get their undefeateds in. I really think that undefeated is going to try to get all of these pairs out at least before that sneakers drop. But yeah, I will buy between this week and next week, because that's when people are going to be getting in their pairs. And y'all really, what y'all got to understand about undefeateds is that people had their whole generations enter an EQL for undefeateds because they didn't think that they would be able to hit. And then once the raffle locked, the thing about EQL is you can't really like take it back. At the best, you can just lock your card. But a lot of people was getting charges and their families was getting charges and winning shoes, and then they ended up with 5 size 10s because they was trying to get a size 10 for themselves, and they had their whole family enter. So they owe their family some money. They're waiting for these shoes to come in so that they can hurry up and flip them and pay their family back or pay back their credit cards, all that stuff. A bunch of regular people hit these. It wasn't just resellers that hit on these shoes. A lot of people wanted to get these shoes. So a lot of people are going to be quick selling these as soon as they get them in hand. And those type of people, they don't know what sneaker stock is going to be. They're not doing research on what sneaker stock is going to be. They probably read the big letter post and believe that sneaker stock is going to be high, and they need to sell these immediately as soon as they get them before the price goes down lower. Because right now, if you're sitting in their shoes, all they're seeing is the price keeps going down. It was a $500 shoe, and now it's a $400 shoe, and we're in the 300s now. So they're panicking because the price is going down. If I was a buyer, I would buy this week or next week. I would not wait until after the sneakers drop to buy. I know y'all are very tempted to buy after the sneaker stock because y'all want to see if y'all gonna hit. But my thing about it is I never got that logic of, oh, let me see if I can hit first. Because you could always sell the shoe. You could always just sell the shoe. You know, especially if it's a popping shoe like that, to where you're wanting to wait for you to buy on sneakers app before you pay resale for it. That means that shoe has some value. So you should probably get the shoe. Try on sneakers. You hit, return it. Sell it. Like, come on now. Don't matter if they used others and have to pay them back. They still making a profit selling them. Yes, that is true. They're going to make a profit selling them. We're not to the point of where they're not making profit on the shoes. Now, keep in mind, we pay $270 depending on where you live to get the shoes. I'm not saying they're not making profit. And that's all that matters to them. They still going to make some profit on the side, but they don't care about upholding the market. They're not resellers. They don't care that they're selling a $500 shoe for $350. They just know that this reseller is willing to pay $350 for the shoe. And they just know that they just made $60, $70 on the shoe. Especially if they hit 5 of them. They can keep their pair and they can make profit on every single pair that they have. They don't really know how to resell. They're not really into reselling. So they'll probably take the first price that a reseller hits them up and asks them for. That's what's happening right now. That's why the price looks the way it looks. Or even worse, they're going to toss them up on StockX. And they're going to let StockX tax them majorly. I hit on them. I seen a $270 charge. I almost said, I don't want them, all them fees. No, facts. EQL and it's not EQL. It's actually the retailers, y'all. It's not even EQL. EQL's fee be like $3, $5, $7. It varies depending on the shoe. Shipping was $20 from Undefeated. You telling me we paid $20 to wait 2-3 weeks for our shoes? $20 is sound real expedited to me. Maybe that's just me, but $20 sounds expedited. Okay? If y'all was looking at the Nigel raffles that y'all been entering, there's been different shipping costs on all the EQL raffles. I found one that was only, $7? I was like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and enter right here. Okay? It beats the $20. Why is it costing Nigel $20? The actual Nigel site, $20 shipping. Y'all losing it. Because I know y'all got contracts with UPS and FedEx and all of them to where you can mass ship all these shoes. So miss me with that. The way the pair's looking, I'm good. No, somebody in my TikTok said that too. The quality control on these Undefeateds, y'all. The quality control on the Undefeateds is absolutely insane. They do not care. They just ship y'all whatever. All I know is my pair better not come looking crazy, man. Do you think the Nigel? People are not liking that. Like, they're coming with huge glue stains and messed up suede. And my thing about that, the only time that we get shoes that's messed up like that is when they super mass produced. Yeah. And we gonna see when it get closer, like way closer, we'll have actual stock from Nike back in where I look on my phone and I can tell. Right now, all we got is rumors, and that's the thing about putting out that, because Nike just changes it. Like Nigel's was just I can't remember what Nigel stock was, but it wasn't this 25,000 that they had. Nigel stock was not this at first. They literally just changed it. Nike goes and adds stock and takes away stock a bunch of times. Should I go buy the size 9.5 now? What do you think? I will wait until next week. We get more and more information every day, so I would really wait until next week, because nothing's going to hurt you by waiting longer, as long as you don't wait until after the sneakers drop. Sometimes the best time to buy a shoe is the day before the sneakers drop, because a lot of people are trying to get rid of their pairs because they don't really know what sneaker stock is going to look like, and they automatically assume, dang, sneakers is about to drop, so it's going to be more pairs, more people are going to win. They don't really factor in the fact that what if a bunch of people lose? Because the price is going to show. That happened with Ferraris, and that happened with 10s. Speaking of the Steel 10s, what the heck happened? Steel 10s price went down so far, and I'm just like, dang. That late shipment came in, didn't it? Steel 10s price went down. Let me check on it now. I know we looked at it like the other day, and everything was in the twos. I feel like it's going to go back up too. Still 10. Yep, we in the twos. 11 is at 289. 11 and a half is at 298. 12 is at 321. 12 hanging in there. But all the rest of them, like size 8, 249, size 9, 242. Size 9.5, 255. We're looking at 250 to 250 to 300 range, pretty much. I think it's gonna go back up because they didn't plummet enough. They didn't plummet enough, and it still ain't enough pairs. Late shipment ain't a restock. Do you think that they're gonna limit the Shadow 10s? Yes. That's not even a question. Yes. Definitely. My size 14 still up there. Oh, Buki. Yes, your size 15 is not going nowhere. 355. 355 for your size 15, dear. I mean, your size 14. I want to get in here and answer some questions because y'all been asking some questions. I'm going to pull up this sneaker calendar. And then I'm going to go scroll up and see what questions y'all ask. Okay, cool. We talked about stock on the Fresh Blue 12s. Have you actually used the trading app that you posted? Yes, I am actually a trusted trader on TradeBlock. I use the app multiple times. I use it for a bunch of things, but it's just the thing about it is, like, me getting a good trade offer is not just like something that's going to happen every day. You're going to get a bunch of bad trade offers before you get a good one. But yes, I use TradeBlock. There was another trade app called Retro that I used. I've made 3 trades on apps at the very least. I've made 1 trade in person. My first trade ever was me trading a royal blue or royal toe for my shattered backboards because I already had 1 pair of the royal toes. So I didn't really need another one. I just happened to win 2, and then I used it to get my grade school size of shattered backboard 3s because these had already dropped, and I wasn't going to be able to get these. So I figured I would make that trade. That was an in-person trade. We just traded straight up. He had his receipt. I had my receipt. It was what it was. And then I got on TradeBlock app. Now I'm not gonna hold you. TradeBlock kind of made me mad. I was in a Discord one time and they made me mad with something that they did. So I was like, man, forget them. And there was another app that came out and it was called Retro, RTRO. Fun fact, they're now bankrupt. And if you look up that app, on the app store, it's not that app. And one day I tried to like click on it and I was like, why is not opening my app? And I tried to update it and it wasn't just sitting there. Yeah, they went bankrupt. And Trey Block honestly was making fun of them in the Discord. Like, yeah, the one people that tried to come and do what we did, they're gone now. So I made one trade on Retro. And it was after my first trade on Trade Block. My second trade was me trading the Balvin 3s for the SB4s. One of the best trades that I've ever made. I hit 2 Balvin 3s. One size 7, one size 7.5 when they came out on sneakers. I got them in. I knew I didn't want those because y'all know I'm discovering my rule now. I love some 3s, but I like when it's white. And if it don't have elephant print, I don't really want it. So I never plan on keeping those. I traded the size 7.5 or size 7.5 pine green SB4s. Have no regrets there. And then I traded my size. Oh, that's what I did. I traded my. Did I trade the Canaries or did they trade the Canaries? I have to look this up because I don't have access to the app anymore. So hopefully I actually still have it in my phone, maybe in like my Google Photos. Because I want to tell y'all the truth. I don't know if I traded the Canary low Travis Scotts for more Balvins. I think that's what I did. I think I got the Balvins back because I sold one of my Balvins and then I traded one of my Balvins. And I think I took the Canary Travis Scotts and I traded them for Balvins. Either I did that or I didn't sell one of the Balvins and I traded the Balvin for the Canaries. But I don't think I would do that. No, I know I didn't. Because one of my rules when I'm trading, I don't like to trade a shoe. Like Balvins cost like $250 on the sneakers app. It was high retail. I don't like to trade a shoe that I paid more for, that retail is higher, for something that retailer is lower. Now, I know the shoe might be, like $100 more or like $50 more or whatever. But since I paid $250 for this shoe, I don't want to trade you your $150 shoe for mine. Even if they're worth the same price right now. I don't want to do it because I'm going to always have in the back of my mind like, dang. Like, you got a $250 shoe for $150. And I got a $150 shoe for $250. That's always just in the back of my mind. Value kind of goes out of the window for me when it comes to that, and I just be thinking about retail value. So, and that has got me into like, people hate that about me on Trade Block. Like, they've offered me stuff on Trade Block, and I'm just like, no, I'm good. So yeah, I made that trade, and then the very last trade that I made, I took Travis Scott Brown Velvets, and I traded them. That was a size 12, and I traded them for a size 7 in the Mocha Cell Travis Jumpman Jacks, which I've wanted for a while. I've wanted them since they came out. So I was able to trade a shoe that I was holding just to see, what market would do on it. Brown Velvets. And I think Brown Velvets are going to go up. Their size 12 is definitely going to go up. One thing about the Jumpman Jacks is they already had their peak. Jumpman Jacks didn't really have anywhere else to go but down. But Travis Scott's were on their way up. Those Brown Velvets are on their way up. And I can tell because it's really going in order. Even the Canaries right now are going up. The shoe that everybody swore was never going to go up, that was the worst Travis Scott ever, which, debatable. Definitely debatable. But even that shoe was going up. A Travis low, it's just going to go up over time. It just is. So I didn't regret the trade, though, because it was a size 12. So it wasn't like I was going to put it on feet later. You can't. I checked the Canary size today, and I was thinking about it because I was like, this is going to be like something that I do on my TikTok, where I would just be like, guess the shoe. I'll just show like the little StockX screenshot of prices of the shoe and just have people in the comments guessing the shoes, because I was like, no one would guess that this is the Canaries right now. Like, I hit 3 pairs of Canaries. 3. I hit on Top Fashion. I hit a lot of online raffles for Canaries too. I only hit 3 of those. Them olives That started something in me. That was probably the wildest thing. I went from never being able to hit a Travis to hitting a very nice pair of Travis. Oh, oh. Did you keep them? I sold my Phantoms. I don't regret it because I tried to like that shoe. I really did try to like that shoe. I just couldn't do it. I'm mad. I held Travis. I couldn't be mad at me for selling the Phantoms because I held Phantoms for like a year. It was taking the Phantoms so long to go up in price, but I swear, the moment that I sold them, I swear the next month they skyrocketed. And that's part of the reason why I actually um was holding my velvets to like redo it, to actually like go and do it again and do it right and not sell the velvets. But I didn't really feel no type of way. I didn't feel no type of way because I got a shoe that I wanted. You like the Jumpman Jacks. I only like one Jumpman Jack. That was the only one that I liked. The mochas, the original ones, the first ones that ever came out, I liked those. And then I didn't like any of the other ones that came out. I didn't like the black with the red check, that Houston exclusive. I didn't like that one. And we're not even going to talk about the other ones. Absolutely not. I didn't like any of the other ones. I did make a road trip. That was our last cookout in Louisiana. We got the black and mocha ones. The black and brown ones, made some money on those. But it was a little too manly for me. Black and brown, nah. Dang, I forgot about them shattered backboard ones. Child, I forgot about them too. And I'm going to keep forgetting about them, baby, because I'm getting them on a discount. I'm telling you, like, let it go. Just, I'm trying to walk in the outlet and go pick up that pair. Not going to hold you. I'm trying to get a massive discount on that. I wanted the Canaries real bad. Canaries was not going for that much. What you say? What? Shadow Bad Boys? Yes. Yes. You seen that they was sitting. I forgot I gotta make a video about that too. You seen that they had their little exclusive drop out there at that Foot Locker, and they're still sitting on all the displays in that Foot Locker. The Shatterback Boards. I'm supposed to make a video about that. I remember I took a screenshot of it, but they were supposed to have an event. And they did have the event. It's just that they still have a bunch of left of them. That shoe is gonna plummet, and I'm gonna be praying for it to plummet to the floor, the absolute bottom that it can go. Okay. Because I want a steep discount on that. Them are hard. I am too. Okay, let's get into this September. Let me see. You finna get the jellyfish that's coming out. If I hit, maybe. I'm hearing stock is low, so there'll be money to be made on there. $300. That's the main thing for me. But the thing about it is, I really think that resale is going to be high on those. So maybe. But exactly, I really think that resale is going to be decent on those. It just depends. It depends on what day I would hit. The problem is the difference between that and the bids. There's like a gigantic gap between the acts of the jellyfish, which I'm finna pull it up. There's acts for the jellyfish, and then there's bids for the jellyfish. And I think that that's something people don't actually take advantage of on StockX. Is one of the reasons I like StockX. I'm hoping that that's going to be the packaging. That's the problem. Nobody has been able to confirm that that's the packaging, and that's not just how the seeded pairs came out. If that's the packaging, that's nice. Y'all know me. I love me some packaging. Yeah, so the shoe was 1,000, 1,050, 1,300, 700. I just want to know how else they gonna release too. Like, and then though, when I go to dang, they're not gonna let me go to Buyer's View because I'm not signed in. They suck. Oh no, I can go to the Buyer's View. But see the the highest offers and the highest bids is in 300s. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna take that. I see some 400s and stuff too, but it ain't in the thousands when it come to that. But that just lets you know it's probably gonna level out. I think it probably be like a $600 shoe, maybe bigger than that in big sizes. Somebody was like, stock is gonna be high. They're gonna mass produce them. I was like, baby, Adidas might do that. For real, don't play with his shoes. Adidas just loves to milk. Like, they will milk something to death. Like, please. Dang, they really saying that these cough drops supposed to drop tomorrow. Like, y'all made that up. I don't know what to tell them, baby. Let's talk about Tokyo Files. Oh, baby. I don't care about nothing left in August. Just give me the Fire Red Files. I want to know how Fire Red Files is going to do that. That's why we finna get into the September calendar. How do you feel about the Wolf Grade Files? I told y'all about that already. UPS just told me train derailment made my undefeateds come Monday instead of tomorrow. That sounds sus. Train derailment. You seen the quality control on the undefeateds that people posting? Yep, we talked about that. I wonder if the awakes will be 272. Probably. I think more because that's a Jordan 5. And Jordan 5s be like $5 more than Jordan 4s a lot of times. It's probably going to be with taxes 270, 275. Do you think that the Nigel Air Jordan 1s are going to be high resale? I do want to talk about this before we go on. No. First of all, the fact that it happened while we were live last time, the fact that we saw the price at 222.60, and then all of a sudden by the end of my live the price was at 360, and we about to actually look at what the price is now. Nigel ones. I feel like that. Hey, he did that promo. But honestly, I'm not giving him the credit. Somebody went on there and bought up all the cheap shoes. That's what happened. See, now we're going back to reality. If y'all haven't checked. Because there's so many raffles that's open. Size 7, 320. Size 7.5, 315. Size 8, $279. Size 8.5, $278. Size 9, $300. Size 9.5, $295. Now, this, I will say, take it lightly because this always happens closer to the drop. Like tomorrow is probably going to be the lowest that you can possibly get to shoot. On Saturday, after everybody take their L's, it's a wrap. Somebody say a prayer for them. Okay? It's a wrap. But the fact that they're still in the high twos right now, who knows? I'm going to get a pair, and I think that I can move pairs. But that's because I know my clients, I can move a Jordan 1. I can move a Jordan 1 low. I can move a Jordan 1 high. I can move a Jordan, period, honestly. I really don't have much pause when it comes to copping a Jordan and being worried about if I'll be able to resell it, honestly. And I also have changed my mind a little bit on these shoes. Don't kill me too bad. Don't get on my head too bad. But I think I'm starting to see the vision, y'all. I think I'm starting to understand why y'all like the Nigels. They look nice on feet. And I said that in my last video. I think they look nice on feet. So I might be changing my mind about them. Yes, I ain't changing my mind. I might be changing it. Now I ain't gonna hold you. One thing about me, I get my personal size and somebody offer me something crazy, it's gone. It's gone every time. But yeah, I'm definitely changing my mind on them. I need to see them in hand for sure. But I think they're gonna like them. Why ain't nobody talking about these beautiful French blue 12s releasing on Saturday? I mean, she showed them. She did show them. But that's because ain't nobody worried about French blue 12s when you got Nigel's dropping. When you got Awake 5s dropping this weekend. People are already planning to pay crazy prices for those pink Awake 5s. People want those, especially people that didn't get metallic black 5s. They really want those Awake 5s. Those beautiful French blue 12. People not talking about them because they gonna pay under retail for them. That's why people not talking about them, because they're not going anywhere. They're gonna be sitting right there next week, and you'll be able to get them next week. Nike Mistake was dropping collabs and hype shoes the same weekend as the OG Retros. Yep. When has Nike ever cared, though? Nike right now, it's definitely giving Nike's all about the Benjamins right now. To even re-release, I seen a post about the Undefeateds, and it was like one of them little influencers, and he was just like, hey, I would tell y'all what I heard about why the Undefeateds got released, but I already learned my lesson about, giving up certain information or whatever. But somebody was kind of like in the quotes, and they was just like, hey, we pretty much can already tell that they were doing it because they needed the sales. Like, they went and created this whole story about how, Undefeateds, it's been 20 years and blah, 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 which is the anniversary year. And that's what a lot of people keep forgetting. But they were pretty much insinuating that Nike went back and did it because they were broke and they needed the revenue. I don't really believe that all the way, because I feel like they needed the revenue last year. I do feel like that they tried to make it to where it seemed even, because they waited for anniversary year where they could hide under the gaze that it was anniversary year, and that's why they brought back so many things. Wait, the pink 5s dropping this weekend? Yes. Let's recap that too. Let's recap that before we go to this September calendar, because y'all so ready to jump into September, and we can't even get through August. Y'all so ready to jump into September. All right. This is actually from the Awake New York's site. It says Awake New York clothing. This is on their Instagram if y'all want to see it. Jordan 5 Boro Awake New York capsule collection. A tee, thermal zip-up hoodie, beanie, wash denim jeans, all inner city tested and approved. Jordan 5 Boro footwear available Sunday, August 17th. 10 a.m. Eastern, which is going to be 9 a.m. my time, via EQL. They're going to drop the EQL raffle at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time on EQL. And they're going to have an in-store pickup for these on the next day, on August the 18th. There will be 2 raffles when they go live on Sunday. Really 3. Because you're going to have a black pair, you're going to have a pink pair, right? But the pink pair is also going to have an EQL in-store pickup raffle. So if you can fly out to New York, or you close to New York to where you can go to the store or make a drive to New York and you can actually pick up the shoe, you should enter for the online and the pickup raffle. Most people are only going to be able to enter for the for the online raffle, because everybody ain't in New York. All right. AJ said they're coming to my store on the 30th. Where you work at, AJ? Inquiring minds would like to know. Where you work at, AJ? I want to know. Don't go nowhere. Tell me where you work. EQL means equal, and equal employee confirmed that. Yes, EQL means equal. Yeah, I just call it EQL. I work for, that's T-Boo. We knew, but now only the people in the chat gonna know, baby. I ain't even gonna say it. Y'all better read the chat. But yeah, we did know. I'm hyped for the Kobe Moonwalk 9. Speaking of pink fives, any word on the anniversary fives? What anniversary five? See, y'all always be giving me extra topics. I got 50 tabs open and I still ain't got to the September drops. Y'all fault. Anniversary fives. Oh, the pink ones. Okay. I see where we're going here. Z Sneakerhead made a post about these. Dang, do we have any word on these? Let's see what Z Sneakerhead ain't said nothing about these since the 27th. So let's check Twitter and see what Twitter's saying about these. These are basically the fire red files, but in pink. For those of y'all that's in my TikTok and can't actually see what I'm looking up. 35th anniversary. Okay. Anniversary. They supposed to be dropping this year? I ain't seeing. Okay, hold up. Detailed look. House of Heat made a post on yesterday, so let's see what they said. As Jordan Brand celebrates this monumental 40th anniversary in 2025, the spotlight has been placed on the iconic Air Jordan 5, also marking its 35th anniversary this year. Is that why we've been getting so much 5 love? This brand is gearing up for a major release in honor of both milestones, including a brand new Air Jordan 5 OG 35th anniversary, aka medium soft pink, as per Sneakerheads plus the sneaker files. Okay. Set to drop during the October season, the Air Jordan 5 OG 35th anniversary breaks a new mold. First, it's offering up the Nike Air branding on the inline, not the 2-3. And then the non-collaborative release, finishing typically to reserve only on the brand's most sacred designs. Secondly, the pink pop pair will arrive in full family sizing, including men's sizes. Okay, so it's not going to be a women's shoe. This pair itself is based on the original fire red design, simply swapping the OG's red render for a pastel shade of pink, complete with the OG 23 embroidery on that ankle. Do y'all like when the files have the 23? Like, does that matter to y'all if it has the 23 or if it doesn't have the 23? Tell me in the chat. It's something I barely even noticed. Aranda, I'm talking about the pink files. Hold on, let me scroll up so y'all can see the picture. I'm talking about these. I got 11 friends entering the awake raffle for me. If I lose, I'm crashing out. Oh, baby, it's only 7,000 pairs, so prepare for your crash out. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't really care. Now, if it say Nike, well, I think all of them say Nike Air, right? I don't think there's none that got Jordan on the back. I mean, somebody's got to tell them. It's better that he knows. Sneaker stock on Undefeated is low because they have allocated the rest of the stock to boutiques. That's why sneaker stock is low. So you telling me that the boutiques are also getting Undefeated? No. Absolutely not. Did not have any clue. Oh, they're going down. They're going They're going down. Oh, y'all should have led with that information. Yeah, they're not going up. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Are the raffles open for awakes? Well, I don't know what you mean by raffles with an S. There's one raffle. It's gonna be EQL. And no. Yes. There was a family and friends equal raffle. They been in that girl DMs on Twitter. They been in her DMs like crazy on Twitter. I will put a Twitter. I'm not even gonna put a Twitter on here because I already know they being thirsty already. But people been hitting her up like crazy. They should have never shouted her out. I would have blocked them so fast. Because why did y'all put my name in this? She done got so many followers in a day. It's ridiculous. But apparently, like, she plugs a couple of people into the friends and family pair. And now everybody's, like, scouring her DMs. Yes. My tier 1 boutiques already have some. Y'all got all the information. We love to see it. We love to see it. Can I have 2 EQL accounts with the same car, or will they think I'm a bot? Now, let me answer this for you, because they be lying. As long as it's different names, that's all that matters. And I'm telling you this for a fact, because I've entered EQL, all different names, all for my family members, real people. Some of us stay in the same house. Might use my mom and dad that stay in the same house. I'm using my card information for everybody, which I have virtual cards. I have virtual credit cards. I have 2 different credit cards. So I can like spice that up if I want to. But I'm telling you right now, I've won when I've used my card multiple times. Because at the end of the day, they're still going to get my name and my address for the billing. I've won even though I used the same card. As long as I had different names. It literally didn't matter. I won Verdi SB Dunks with the same card. I won Undefeateds with the same card. And it's another one that I won. What's the only other EQL that I've won? I can't even remember, but yeah, don't let them scare you like that. It doesn't matter. I mean, if you're nervous about it, don't do the same card. If you have a credit card, look and see if you have a virtual card. Because I know Capital One, Chase, like a bunch of these credit card companies have a way that you can have like a virtual card. So if you want to shop online, you can use that. But you can use your virtual card number. I won the Undefeated and my mom won Undefeated. Same card, same address. Exactly. Both of my Undefeateds are coming to my house. I'm just going to say that. EQL, different names is all that matters. EQL is 1 per customer, not 1 per household. Yeah. Does Chicago have good sneaker stores? Yes. But Chicago is like New York. Be prepared to swim with the dolphins. Okay? The sharks, really, if you will. How do I get the Undefeated? Oh, Buki. You can stay on the lookout for raffles, I guess. I have the Undefeated 4s and the metallic black 5s and an 11.5. Where should I try and sell? Ryan, locally. Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp. If you're not comfortable with that, if you're nervous, which I'll give you a couple of tips when it comes to selling on those platforms, because I am a woman and I even sell on those platforms. If you give that person a meetup, see where they live, see where you live, and give them a meetup spot. Walmart, inside the Buc-ee's, a place that's heavily populated. Don't meet up at night. If they have a problem meeting up in a public place, cool, we just not meeting. If they want you to meet up at 10 at night, they hitting you up at 1 o'clock in the morning talking about what shoes that I need them now. Nah, we not meeting in the middle of the night. Like, it's really simple. Just kind of use discernment when it comes to selling online. Yeah, there's some people that pull up to a police station. Yeah. A lot of people pull up at police stations. But the crazy thing is, yeah, in my city, somebody has pulled up to a police station and still got robbed. So, yeah. People in my city just don't be caring. My top advice is make sure you have your friend with you. Your friend is not a person. Okay? All right. New Jersey, let me know. And if you don't want to sell that way, I say sell on eBay. eBay has the least amount of fees because that will be, especially since you haven't worn them, that will be an authenticity guaranteed pair. And their fee would be 8.5, I want to say, on eBay. The fee wouldn't be high at all. It would be lower than StockX, and it's definitely going to be lower than GOAT or Alias. But nothing beats no fees. So selling locally is ideal, but I would sell on eBay if you're like sketchy or you can't find local buyers. But what you want to do too, like, you don't want to just post it regularly on your Facebook. What you want to do, especially since you say in New Jersey, you want to go to your Facebook and you want to go to groups and you want to look up New Jersey sneaker groups. And they're going to show you all the New Jersey sneaker groups, and you're going to go ahead and join those groups. That's how you sell on Facebook. Because a lot of people say, oh, go to Facebook Marketplace, go to Facebook Marketplace. You just posting on your dry Facebook that has no followers, it's not going to help you. But you joining an actual sneaker group for your city, that's what helps you move your shoes, because that's the clientele that you want. That's the viewers that you need. How much would you let the Undefeated Force and Black Metallics go for Facebook? 11.5. Metallics, 11.5. I'd say 500 off rip, and that's without me looking at anything, which probably should be more, honestly. My rule for this, well, you're the only person saying something right now. I'm gonna answer your question, and then I'm gonna get to the September calendar. I got them at 480. Okay, we thinking the same, but you might need to go up. Let's see. My rule for this is you should not be paying me less than what you're gonna pay StockX. I sold my pair 11.5 for 680. Ooh, I need to up that ante. Somebody in my YouTube said they sold their pair for 680. What's good? 11.5 is a very hard size to come by. My thing about it is, if you can get it from StockX and you gonna pay StockX $518, because on StockX right now they would have to pay $518. I wouldn't charge under $500. I'll say that. They have went down a little bit, especially after that restock. They definitely went down a little bit, but I would sell it for $500. So what you want to do is list it for $550 on Facebook, because people love to think that they're getting a deal. They have to feel like they're getting a deal. Like, they have to. You can't just go in there and say you're going to list it for $500. Because then people are going to send you offers for $450. They're going to swear that they have to have $450 price tag or $480 price tag. List the shoe for $550 so that they can give you the offer for $500. And you might just have the person that pays you the $550. But yeah, what you have to do is list the shoe for more than what you want, because people are literally going to just send you offers. You can literally say, I'm $500 firm. Tell them straight up, this is the price, this is my price. They still are going to DM you and want money off, because they want to feel like they won. When in reality, they ain't winning nothing. They're still finna pay resale for this shoe, but they have to feel like they won. They have to feel like that they stuck it to the man. So go ahead and list the shoe for $550 and get the $500 offers. What's good, King Midas? All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into the September calendar, and then we're going to get up off of here. Okay? Y'all know my bedtime is 9 o'clock. Man, I put my 5 on for a photo shoot for 20 minutes. What's your latest pickups? No, somebody actually asked me a really good question in here. On my TikTok, somebody asked me how long I have been in the sneaker game. That's a loaded question. I've been collecting sneakers since I was in middle school, because I was a spoiled brat and my daddy got me every shoe that I wanted. Well, I would say he gave me the money. And once I got a group of friends that he trusted and he knew I was safe with, he would just let my mom go drop us off at like Baybrook Mall, Guffgate Mall, and like do whatever we did to get the shoes, because times was tough. This was Concord 11s dropping, Cool Grades dropping, Bread 11s dropping, Taxi 12s dropping. This was a tough time, you know, to be going out and getting the shoes. So once I had a friend group that he trusted, he would just have us go out there. He would just give us some money and we would just go out and like be in the streets trying to get the shoes. What store you at? I'm at Foot Action. Okay, well, I'm gonna be at the kids' Foot Locker, because a lot of us was grade school sizes at the time, and then some of the boys that we was with was at like Foot Lockers because they had men's sizes. So I've been collecting shoes since middle school. I started reselling when I was in college, because broke college student. Okay, really though, I started reselling because of one shoe, and it was because of the Royal Toes. I really, really, really wanted the Royal Toes. And this was back when Shoe Palace used to have that waiting room, that stupid little queue. Like, Shoe Palace was trash. True Palace was really bad for drops. And I was sitting there in the queue like, I seen some people get through. I should be able to get through. And I was really like obsessing over that shoe. And I really wanted that shoe and I never let it go. I remember the next Jordan that dropped was the Flint 13s. And the documentary had just came out. This was like, you got to think, I was in college and this was like 2017 to like 2022 was my college years, right? And the documentary was dropping and every OG shoe was selling for like crazy. GRs was selling for like crazy. So I got 2 pairs of Flint 13s. I got a size 12 and I got a size 13 and I got a size 14 because I knew bigger the shoe, better. What's so crazy, and y'all probably know who I'm talking about because y'all be up on YouTube. For some reason, I think I posted it somewhere, or I don't even know how I got in contact with him. If I like slid in his DMs or he found my post, I don't know. I think I was maybe in his YouTube. But eventually, I got Flight Academy Kick's number. He texted me, and he was like, I'll trade you the Flint 13s. I think the size 13, because you know Flight Academy Kicks is a size 14. He was like, I'll trade you the 14 for the Royal Toes that you've been wanting. And I wanted them Royal Toes bad. Ain't nothing I won't do for a shoe besides pay resale. Because I'll trade for a shoe as long as it's not a stupid trade. And I knew Flint 13s was busting then, but I mean that was gonna go down in price eventually. And then he bought my my Flint 13s, the size 13. And I remember I shipped it to him. He called me and he was like, this is his FedEx account. Use his FedEx account because he get a discount. But he was like, go ahead and overnight it. I'm going to send you the money to overnight the shoes because he wanted them immediately. And then he shipped me the Royal Toes. And that honestly was the first trade that I ever did. Now that I think about it, that was the first trade that I ever did. And then he bought my Flint 13s. And after that, the process of understanding how to get the Flint 13s, because it was kind of in my head that I wanted to use either the money that I got for selling the Flint 13s or trade for what I wanted. So in the process of actually getting, yes, insane Royal Toes for 130 DS on eBay, hey, the ones that went down. But in the process of getting the Flint 13s, I learned how shoes were dropping. I studied everybody's raffle information. I knew how to cop shoes just by trying to get the Flint 13s. And seeing that I could make money off of the shoes, I was like, okay, what's dropping next week? Like, what's dropping next week? And the week after that. And the week after that. What's good? Because I know how to get them now. So after that, I just started trying to figure out what was dropping. And then I started selling on Facebook. I started selling on OfferUp. It took me a long time to actually make an Instagram because I was kind of prolonging the situation. And just recently, just this year in February, I think I made my YouTube channel. And a little bit after, I made my TikTok channel. And I started making content. Now, we do have a huge gap because I was selling shoes since about 2018. And that's when time was booming. Like, I missed the opportunity to capture so much content and be so ahead on my content creation game. And that's because the real reason I wouldn't start a channel and I really wouldn't start like going into anything like as a content creator is because it was a lot of money to be made in shoes at that time. And so that meant that it was a lot of haters. It was a lot of like store employees that was side-eyeing resellers and all of that stuff. So I didn't want to make a channel and like signal to all of the employees around that I was a reseller, because in my brain, I just knew that my channel was going to do numbers and everybody was going to start to follow me. I was just being cocky in my head, I guess. But I just knew that my channel was going to blow up and I didn't want to shoot myself in the foot pretty much when it came to actually getting shoes for retail. And I felt like the store managers was gonna start like side-eyeing me, like, nah, she a really seller. Don't give her that. Don't give her this. So I feel like I kind of waited until shoes died down to where it wasn't a lot of money to be made in it, to where I wouldn't have that issue. And that's why I started it now. But hindsight now, I feel like I could have started it back then, but I still agree with my reason for why I didn't, because it was a lot of hating going on back then. Like, store employees hated resellers. If you were not putting money into their pocket, they did not like you. And I wasn't finna put no money into their pocket. So I really feel like that's the reason that I stopped. That I didn't start making content until now. But I've been reselling since high school. I mean, I've been reselling since college, and I've been collecting since middle school. I just started making content this year, and it's going pretty well. It really is. Now, somebody said I used to be heavy into sneaker reselling, but once I got introduced to Bitcoin, I understood its power, especially how the 4-year cycle work continue. I never look back. Hey, you find your hustle somewhere. You find your hustle somewhere. The one thing that I do, the one reason that I sell sneakers a lot is because it's something I'm actually passionate about. Like, I can get into other investment opportunities, and that's cool. I can do that on the side, but I really do like sneakers. And when you're doing something that you love, it never really feels like work. It just feels like fun. Is the 4s dropping or what? What 4s, baby? What 4s? It's so many 4s going on. If you're coming in here trying to get the stock numbers for the 4s, baby, you'd have came in the chat. We'd have been on live for like, the live started at like 7:30, baby. We'd have been on live for more than an hour. Don't be coming in here making demands. Yes, the 4s are going to drop on the 28th of, the 4s are going to drop on the 28th of August. Yeah. Sneakers app. That's where it's going to drop. Now, we're going to get into the September calendar, all right? Boom, boom, boom. And then we're going to get up out of here. We can read. Honestly, I'm tired of talking about August. We're not even going to look at August. We talked about everything that's dropping in August, and it is what it is. Let's go ahead and go to September, because that's what y'all been asking me about. All right. 222. Why we just got a big picture of A'ja Wilson? We don't have the actual shoes, but apparently she's supposed to be dropping the shoe on September the 1st, and her shoes really been busting. Is this the Shea? Is these for Shea, like the basketball player? Converse Butters? Don't know. All right, y'all been asking me about these Nike Ja 3s. 30 minutes later, we gonna go ahead and talk about September. I'm so sorry. For those of y'all who are still here, it is what it is. Y'all kept asking questions, so we've been here. Somebody asked me about my whole reselling career. I want the Yoga Air Max. See, we off topic. We just gonna go through this. Let's see. Y'all be asking about them Nike, the Ja 3s and all of them. I never found the Ja's appealing, but there's a big population of people that really like the Ja's. So yeah, the Ja 3s, they're dropping on September the 5th. It's the real funny looking ones. The orange and the yellow, and then the light blue and the darker blue, navy blue. Then we got them Tom Sachs. Have y'all been playing that little game? Have y'all been on the Tom Sachs app doing them challenges and all of that stuff? I swear, I was on the app like day one, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it, blah, 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 blah. And then I was just like, yeah, no. I didn't even do the first challenge, because who's finna do challenges for 30 days to get these ugly shoes? Like, yeah, resale is going to be high, but, and then you want me to do all them challenges, and it's just going to be a chance that I win? Like, you only going to take like the top 10 people? Not doing it. Yeah, no. So, Tom Sachs are coming out, all that foolishness. Boom. The first real thing that's actually happening in September is going to be the cave stones. Let me tell you right now, do not pay resale for cave stones. Y'all love to go out and just buy stuff. Just buy stuff all willy-nilly. Don't you go and pay resale for cave stones. Don't do it. And I can show you a post right now why you shouldn't pay resale for cave stones. Cave stones, I seen somebody post on my Facebook group for cave stones. So let me show you. It's somewhere up in here. And he has early pairs, right? He got early pairs, and this is the price that he's charging for them. Oops, I forgot. Let me flip. How did I say I was going to flip this thing? Flip camera. Mirror video. I think I got it right. Hold up. Boom. Cave stones, brand new early. He got bulk. He's selling for $250 each if you take all, and then $260 per. Y'all, the cave stones are the cave stones. Oh, the cave stones are trash. Wet cement 4s are better. Y'all slept on wet cement 4s too. Wet cement 4s price, resale price now is insane. Insane. But yeah, they literally got cave stones for $260 already. That's $30 over retail. Come on now. Are you getting that fire red 5s? That's actually going to be my next personal cop. Yes. That's going to be next in the calendar, if I'm not mistaken, if I have my dates right. So, yeah, you got the cave stones that's going to drop on September 6th. Do not pay resale for that pair. They're going to plummet. You will notice that there's going to be a bunch of pairs on the streets, and the resale price is going to be trash before they even come out. So, yes. We got some unknown ones that's going to drop on September the 9th. There's no reason that those should be dropping. I don't know why they're dropping. Somebody in the TikTok that's probably not still in the chat was talking about the Kobe 9 Moonwalkers. I finally see what you're talking about. He said he was excited for this pair. Me, I don't get down with any of the Kobe's that's been coming out, if we really talking. I did like the Total Orange ones that came out. It just wasn't a must-have for me. And y'all know I'm picky with what I'm copping and what I'm dropping. So that had to get dropped. It's too much other stuff coming out. It's too many Jordans and stuff that's coming out. I couldn't do it. So yeah, you got those Moonwalkers. The Kobe 9 Moonwalkers are going to drop on September the 10th, okay? Then you got more foam posits. I swear we're getting just as many foam posits that we're getting Air Max 95s. Like, gosh, this year they're really tearing us up. You got the Deep Royal foam posits coming out on September the 12th. September is pretty stacked. Okay, boom. September 13th is when we are getting the Fire Red 5s. Black Tongue, Fire Red 5s. 2-3 stitched on the side, Nike Air on the butt, all of that good stuff. I really want to see what Fire Red 5s do. Right now, the retail price is set for $215. Let's hope they don't go no higher than that, because they be playing. They be playing. Wet Cements and White Thunders acting a fool right now. I'm sure. 4s equal 400. 4s equal 400. So, yeah. We got the Fire Red 5 dropping on September the 13th. I'm not gonna hold you. Ken, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get 2 of the Fire Red 5s, because y'all know how I feel about all white shoes, especially all white Jordans. You might need 2. You might need one to rock and one to keep on ice. We got some more of those ugly Jordan 40s that's coming out in a dusty rose color. That's such a fitting name for these. Y'all was going crazy over them Jordan 40s. So maybe y'all will go crazy over these pink ones as well. Retail is $205. Let me tell y'all something. They didn't push back my Terror Squad Air Force Ones to September. Not only did they push it back to September, they pushed it back to the last day of September. September 30th. Y'all been begging for the September calendar, but y'all, it's not that packed. Wait. Aren't the Travis's supposed to drop in September? Or am I tripping? Because we already on the October calendar, but I thought the Travis's dropped in September. So yeah, I gotta figure that out, because they're showing the Tokyo 5s dropping on September the 30th. I don't think so. I was hearing September 27th too. So let's go to a different calendar, because maybe this calendar is just tripping. And let's see what House of Heat's talking about. That's August. Let's slide to September. See what they talking about. Okay. Cool. We got the Tom Sachs. Oh! Somebody in the chat was asking about the black Nocta glides. It said fall 2025, but we don't have a release date, so those are going to be a newly released shoe. Okay. In September, see? Okay, yeah, they missing a bunch, y'all. Sorry, my bad. We missed a couple of things. We have the Yu-Gi-Oh! Air Max 95s dropping, and the box on those is crazy, I will tell you that. We got some Nocta Air Max Plus dropping sometime. We don't actually have a date for that. We just see a bunch of summer. Let's go back up. Where are the Travis Scotts? Why are they acting like the Travis Scotts are not dropping in September, y'all? Why are they acting like the Travis Scotts are not dropping in September? Let's try to go to another page, because they really acting like these not coming out. Upcoming sneaker releases. Let's do Jordan release dates. Okay. Telling you, these dates be getting a little crazy. What we in? What is this? Fall. Can y'all give me dates? Like, y'all playing? Okay, y'all. I'm not seeing the Travis. All the Travis gonna be on Nike sneakers. Yeah, Travis Scott's gonna be on sneakers out September 20th, I think. Upcoming sneaker releases. August. Where's September? Okay, yeah, we not tripping. Wait, somebody talking about September the 3rd. Okay. Let's just specifically look for Travis Scott, because I know that's what y'all looking for. Travis Scott. What's the collab? Travis Scott. I'm blanking out because it's closest to my bedtime. Travis Scott. Help me out in the chat. Travis Scott, what? Have you heard any news about them Steel 10s restocking? The Steel 10s did not restock. They did get late shipments in, so you should have checked with your stores, but that late shipment came in last week. Right now, I would just go ahead and buy, because that's the cheapest price that you're going to get for them. They were $400 last week. Right now, they're $300, so you should go ahead and get them. Travis Scott fragments. Good gosh, y'all didn't help me out in the chat or nothing. Fragment low. When is the release date? September 20th is what I'm seeing. Full family size. Okay. $155 USD. September 20th. I'm seeing on multiple platforms. Yeah. So they coming out September 20th. Ain't much dropping in September. You got ain't much dropping in September. You got these. You got Fire Reds. And that's about it. Oh, and the cave stones, but ain't nobody gonna be caring about the cave stones by the time they come out. It's so many pairs already in circulation. You really got two heavy hitters in September: Fire Reds and Fragments. I feel like you got more to look forward to in August. Oh, and I'm gonna be one of those tier squads. Hopefully they actually are dropping in September, but I'm gonna actually be one of those tier squads. So I don't really care about the frags. I might need to see them in person, but I'm not really moved as of now. I don't really like that discoloration at the bottom compared to the white that's at the top. That might just be me. The sneaker hustle is dope, but Bitcoin, that's building real well. Yeah, I have no idea about it. How much do you think Travis will be? I have no idea, honestly. It's too early to try to tell. Boom, boom, boom. Yep, I think that's it, y'all. Travis got Fragment. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it's bedtime, babes. It's bedtime. Sniper sent a thing. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me to the end. That's the end of TikTok. All right, y'all. That wraps up another video. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share the videos. I don't go live that much on YouTube because it kind of takes a lot to go live on YouTube. I will be live a lot on TikTok, a bunch, but I still try to get my content over here on YouTube because YouTube is a little bit more reliable than TikTok. We don't know what TikTok gonna be in a couple of weeks, in a couple of months. So thank y'all for rocking out with me on here. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you like the video, comment the video, share out the video, and turn on post notifications so that you will know when I'm live like this, because a lot of y'all is coming into the lives a little bit later, and I think that's because the notification probably wasn't sent to you until way after the fact. But if you turn on post notifications, I did make a post to show y'all when I was going live. So That wraps up another one, y'all. We went all around the world tonight, but D for work out.